Did you guys notice how? I mean, I don't know if I covered this already. How the members and the people of the TVA are actually people, but they're not actually created from that time zone or whatever.
Yep.
We was just talking about that, bro. Like we already know. It just seemed like something just not adding up with them, huh?
Yeah, so I was just like, I'm like, are the timekeepers shady too, or what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
They definitely up to something, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because even Mobius, is convinced that he was just created, in that era or wherever, whatever, the end of time or end time. But like the TVA chick is from Earth, that got brought there, so it's like.
Oh wait, which one you was talking about? Are you talking about the judge or are you talking about the which girl you was talking about? The girl that was mind manipulated by you right? Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because now that has to be a trick then because some of them did say like you said like some of it was created like dude said he even know what a fish was. He basically said I've been living like behind the desk this whole time, so it's like bruh. Yeah. I feel like and the fact that like when she mind manipulated her and she was basically like she was basically like take a part of her memories and all like that. But I feel like it is like I feel like that's where they could probably be using that Loki for to like break that TVA and all like that. I feel like Loki is trying to figure out how to just get out of this situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to figure out how to escape from all this. But I feel like she's trying to find a way to break TVA because remember they kept saying each episode like we keep losing the agent, like a TVA agent keep going missing or it's like she's trying to get like some retribution behind this. Like you said, Deontay earlier, like she could been a variant before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So bro, I feel like it all comes back to just the TVA being faulty, bro. Like they just all tricked all these people to make it seem like just something that they did, but really, it's something that they really manipulate with everybody that came in here. My thing is like, how does it even become a thing?
Yeah. Hey, you know what they're kind of about here?
Please don't run the water for like 20 minutes.
Where?
You said that again?
Of course, run on this thing, don't run water in this thing for 20 minutes. All right.
But they know what they are like they're.
You're cutting in and out, cuz.
On my back.
Oh, say it one more time.
I see you talking about.
I'm about to say I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So the TVA and everything, and obviously with the people in there that obviously don't know what's this or that, but one of them found out that she's from Earth. Kind of remind me of the scenes and stuff from WandaVision, how Wanda had everybody mind control and everything, but like they were just acting like normal civilians of whatever. But then like when Vision could tap in, he was like, they were like, oh, my head hurts, I'm scared,
That's
like
point,
I wonder
bro.
if that's like kind of like a mirror between the two, It's
right. Yeah.
What are the TVA doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So,
bro, they definitely playing for surely, bro. Like even just how Agent Morbius was explaining how the TVA it works, just in that timeline with Loki. It's like, bro, that's what I love about Loki in the show because he was asking the same thing I was asking. It's like, bro, if that's the case, what are the timekeepers doing? Like, what are they supposed to be doing while this is happening? Like, even during all this catastrophe and all like that. Like, how does this like? Did anybody talk to them? Do anybody have some type of order to even actually go to see who these people is? Because they showing like this animated and all this like statues of them, but like how do we know if this is legit or not? You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't know that. You know what I mean?
So it's one of those things where it's kind of like okay, like we're just building up off of we basically just made them up that people can believe that there's 3 people in charge.
Yeah.
But when you kind of think about it, I mean, realistically. Is there really ever 3 people in charge? It's typically really just 1.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That's why I was confused.
Are they really in charge?
Because that's why I was wondering. Because when I first seen them 3, I'm thinking like, is that supposed to be the Watcher and all the other beings that watch over? But I'm like, they didn't even say that. That's why I'm kind of like, if that's not, that's why I thought that it was at first. They was explaining the timekeepers and all like that. That's why I thought it was at first. But then I'm like, that's definitely not the Watcher, bro. I'm like, he wouldn't even be on that type of hype with that TVA and all that words, bro. That's all I was thinking. I'm like, bro, this has to be fake. Because I'm like, usually like beings like that, we'll be aware of them at this point by now. If that was the case, bro. Like we already ran into like people like Ego and like you said, like people from Titan, like Thanos and all like that. how we do not know about the timekeepers until now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh,
Right.
it all has to just be some type of trick, bruh. It just like it's always trying to play. But I wonder if it's a bigger villain that's out there, or somebody that's we're not aware about, or somebody we don't even expect. They're just playing games with the whole universe. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be crazy. I feel like it could probably be a character we probably don't even expect it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was watching this thing, and you know that judge chick.
Yeah.
So it's confirmed apparently that I don't know her name, but I was watching this guy. He was like, he does like YouTube stuff, and he's super deep into it. But that judge, she was showing clips. She actually had a thing with Kang the Conqueror.
Wait, the girl that was the judge?
Yeah, so I'm like,
Ravana.
But didn't I just say earlier? I was like, what if Kang the Conqueror play it? Because like he's like one of the main villains out there that when it comes between space and reality, he plays a big part in that. You know what I'm saying? Because he can break through all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So I was wondering, he gonna be in the Quantumania? And they said in the quantum realm, his home, like where he's from, is in that quantum realm. They supposedly saying that's why they saying he's gonna be in that film. Like wherever he's from, it got locked or it got like lost in that quantum realm, whatever. That's how I think that's how he gonna make his introduction. But I feel like that all is gonna play a part in that TVA stuff too, because you could be right, bro. Because he could have been like I want to say like a variant, or he could have been something like important to leading up to him being Kang the Conqueror. Like I'm saying, he could have been actually somebody. You know what I'm saying?
exactly like what was it? Doesn't like Kang the Conqueror, his past, isn't he Iron Lad who becomes Kang the Conqueror?
I don't know. I'm not even sure. I don't even know.
I think his future self, Iron Lad's future.
No, you right. I don't know if it's Iron Lad, but he do like I know what you're talking about, because I did see a comic when he looked like he was slightly Iron Man in a way and like that, because he can. Now I know what you're talking about now, but I don't know exactly which Iron version was. I don't know if it could have been Iron Lad, because I think that was after Civil War and after all the other stuff. But I mean, Tony Stark was still alive in terms of comics and like that, but I don't know. You could be right, bro, because he do like be other people and all like that. Like that's kind of like his power too. Like he goes from different alternate timelines, so he can be like under somebody else. Like
like Iron Lad's face and Kang the Conqueror, literally it looked just the same, except for Kang is like a little bit more blue and has the helmet on. That's it. Like if you look at like the pictures of them two, they look exactly identical. But Kang, it looks like
it's like if Silver Surfer was able to merge with the Iron Man suit.
Yes, something like that. Yep, it's like like that. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Which honestly, it looked like Kang. If you turn him blue or whatever color he is, and like give him a little purple helmet, he do look like Kang. So maybe, bro.
I don't know how they gonna make him look in MCU compared to how the comics was.
And the only reason because again, like if it's somebody that has had a thing with him, like a romance with Kang the Conqueror, that lady, then that could potentially, I mean, we can see an Iron Lad, because everything is dealing with time, and it could be like back in time, right, and then the future. So I'm wondering,
it could be the land before time.
Yeah,
I mean, we is getting a Eternals movie where they showing how things start off and all like that. So I mean, it could be that. You know what I'm saying? It could be possibly that too. Yeah.
Definitely. And like this show is, it's
whoa, y'all won't believe what I'm just looking at right now, bro. Hold on, do y'all see this, bro? Is that, bro? That's Abomination in the Shang-Chi trailer, bro. Y'all see that?
In the what?
The Shang-Chi movie that's coming out. That's Abomination.
Oh wow, it is.
They just released a new trailer, didn't they?
Yeah, they saying Abomination is in this movie.
Oh, hey, man, if he is, if he is, it's weird.
That's weird. But my biggest question is, who is really Shang-Chi supposed to be? I heard of him from the comics, even though he came later on, but it's like, I don't understand, like, his character that makes it impose to this story. I can understand based off the villains or the 10 rings and like that, but just his character itself, how does he fit in this universe, bro? I don't understand that. Where everything's going cosmic.
to do with. I think that's stuff to do with the fact that like Mandarin, right? Mandarin is a big Iron Man villain and has crossed paths with the Hulk. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like that, I mean, that's the only way I can see it.
But
like,
this Mandarin haven't though. That remember it was all a trick in that first Iron Man movie. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, exactly though. That's true.
So
though.
it's like
they might speak like, oh, instead of him being Iron Man's villain, the real one, right? Or the fake one they used, then this one is the real one, and he's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna probably cross lines with like the Hulk or like I guess Abomination right in there.
But this is my problem. Like, this is the third time I literally they showed Shang-Chi fighting all these like monster level type of characters, and it's like, bruh, if y'all making it seem like he's this viable to the Marvel universe, I feel like it's so random, bruh. Like how he just popped up like this, bruh.
It's kind of like, where was you this entire time?
Exactly. And it's like, if you gonna bring the Mandarin into 10 Rings, which we've been aware of this in the MCU this whole time, where the hell was Shang-Chi at this whole time? And it's supposed to be placed in San Francisco. You talking about the same place where they had Ant-Man and like, come on, bro. That don't make this don't add up to me, bro. I just feel like they trying to push that diversity into Marvel, bro. Because based off that Asian and black stuff, they just trying to push too much diversity up in it. So I'm like, I don't understand how does he fit in this. Even his power, like he's basically Iron Fist. It's just Shang-Chi. It's basically what he is. I'm like, he obviously got a chi. Like, is that basically gonna be his power? I'm like, we basically watching Bruce Lee in the Marvel universe, bro. It's like, I'm just not fascinated off that. I feel like I'm watching Bruce Lee in Marvel, bro. Like,
I would rather get a real legit Iron Fist movie, like
for real, bro.
The show, but they gave us Shang-Chi, and hopefully, him being a huge part of Iron Fist storyline, and him being a part of his. Hopefully
he's part of the. I think they said he is part of the new Avengers too. I think that's another reason why they brought him in. But it's like, even then, when I watch that, bro, it don't look like he fits in there, bro. It just don't look. It just seemed awkward, bro. I just don't know. Even when I watched the cartoon and the comic version, I'm like, bro, I don't see how he fit into all this, bro. I just don't see it.
Look like Crouching Tiger mixed with like a Rush Hour movie mixed with Marvel. That's what it reminds me of.
So let me ask you this, because I just kind of skimmed through the new Shang-Chi trailer that they have out.
Yeah.
It is Abomination, and it's also Wong from Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's Wong.
That's Wong.
Oh.
This is my thing. I'm not gonna lie. See, me personally, I like to watch the teaser or just the one trailer and be good.
Yep.
But now because they keep coming up with all these other things, like Abomination of Wong, I'm like, you guys are showing too much here. Kind of like how they did with Civil War, and they brought out Black Panther. It's like, you guys should have saved that for the movie.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, don't show us all your tips and tricks right now, because I was looking it up earlier. Guess who's going to appear in Spider-Man: No Way Home?
I think I know you're talking about. Or is he one of the main Spider-Man villains? Just answer that. Okay, all right, okay. I don't know then, because I was about to say I was hearing rumors, but I wasn't sure.
It's going to be Doctor Strange.
He's going to be the. You say he's going to be the villain? You say?
No, I'm just saying he's supposed to make an appearance in the movie.
He's supposed to make an appearance. Yeah, of course, yeah, because if you think about it, Spider-Man was the reason how he even got back to Earth in the first place. He going to obviously use a little circle thing to take wherever you need to go to get things fixed up. Because obviously he going to be that new, I don't want to say father figure, but he is going to be like the new person that Peter Parker look up to, because knowing that Peter Parker is gone, he going to need somebody to look up to look at things forward. But I feel like they need to, I feel like if this going to be the last Spider-Man movie, they need to get out of that Iron Man Jr. stuff. They need to make Peter Parker figure out his stuff as a Spider-Man on his own. Like, because it's like,
I think that's the point of view that they're trying to get to, because it's like Peter Parker is always trying to figure out who his father figure can be, and every time he gets close, someone dies. It was his uncle.
Right.
He died. Like in MCU, we don't even know what happened with his uncle. We don't even know if he did have an uncle and it was just his aunt. Like, we don't even know.
They tease it, but we really don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I mean, like, we don't know that. We did see Iron Man die. And it's like, okay, he's still looking for that father figure, and that's kind of why he went over to Mysterio, and then he played him.
Yeah.
And for all we know, he probably was trying to look for Fury to be the next father figure, but he's also like, well, he's just this, or whatever. So the next best thing, realistically, It could be Doctor Strange or it could be Happy.
I think it's.
Who worked with Spider-Man.
I
So
feel like it could be
Happy.
both.
Well,
Like it depends off where Spider-Man is at. Of course, if he in New York, obviously he gonna deal with Happy because obviously Happy is with his auntie. So I mean, obviously that's gonna be number one. But in terms of him going forward to when he's dealing with all these other catastrophe problems, he damn near might need Doctor Strange to be honest, especially if it's breaking off a multiverse. And he was the reason how he ended up in that war in Endgame in the first place. Like that's how Doctor Strange got everybody. Like Doctor Strange definitely gonna be like the next like forefront of the MCU going forward. I believe it is gonna be Doctor Strange, like how Iron Man was. Like it's basically gonna be Doctor Strange gonna take over like this next phase going forward because he's literally like the master of mystic arts, which is basically leading into now the multiverse and cosmic and all like that. He basically runs all. He's basically the master of all this. You know what I'm saying? So he could figure out a way to fix all of this. And even when they bring the three Spider-Men in, I think that's how when something that happens either in this Loki show or where well basically it's already in the multiverse technically now. So it's like something is gonna happen where he has to go find Peter Parker, and it'll probably be them different villains that's probably gonna be up in there, like different villains from different timelines is gonna be in the wrong place where he has to fix them up, like fix all that up. But my thing is like if we do see them old Spider-Man, I don't even think they're gonna be the same versions as we seen them before. There probably might be different variations of them. Like it'll probably be the old school Peter Parker when he has like the long like the red like the long red like jacket on and like the long beard and all like that.
right.
Like it'll probably be like different versions of Peter Parker because technically if that's the case, obviously this Peter Parker obviously the Sam Raimi version, the Tobey Maguire one, he obviously gonna be in his late. If that's the case, if they going back in that direction in terms of how the time all that works. But even still, like, I don't understand how they keep saying William Dafoe, Green Goblin, like, each villain from each Spider movie going to be up in this. So I'm like, that's damn near too many villains because they already damn near teased Sinister Six in the MCU leading up to the last Spider-Man movie. So I'm like, they damn near brought like 4 more villains up in this. So I'm like, it's either they going to leave some of them, like Scorpion or like that. They probably going to leave Scorpion out because it seemed like he was just pointless in that MCU anyway. And Shocker. But like Electro, Green Goblin, like they seem like they're trying to bring the original Sinister Six up in here, and like I think they're trying to really wrap up Peter Parker's story for real, bruh. Like,
I do see that there's supposed to be 2 villains that were in that was in the first Spider-Man series and the second Spider-Man series. They're bringing in 2 villains. They're bringing in a villain from each series.
Yep.
I don't know. This is going to be tricky. And I'm not going to lie. This would be a good way to introduce Miles Morales if they do that.
That's what's going to happen, bro. This is what I'm nervous about. Because everybody know when the Sinister is coming, bro, we know this basically is like the beginning of the end of Peter Parker, bro. Which is like, we basically about to see the end of Peter Parker. That's what I feel like was about to happen, bro. Like, and that's when Miles Morales coming because he takes into mantle of Spider-Man after he dies, after Peter Parker after he dies. So, I mean, that's probably how they going to possibly do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Peter Parker that quick because Tom Holland is still, young and playing a role. But they might. I think they might. I don't know. I feel like if they are going to kill off any Spider-Man, it's probably going to either be more likely it's going to be Andrew Garfield probably, or Tobey Maguire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might.
Bro, I believe they gonna all die, bro. I believe they all gonna die. I don't believe it's all. I feel like it's gonna all happen at each point in time. Like we probably might see that Tom Holland version die. Like he probably might risk himself in like an Avengers movie or something like that, which is kind of makes sense because that's basically what Spider-Man is. He one that take risks. He's like the most bravest younger superhero in the Marvel universe. Like he takes that risk to sacrifice himself. Like I feel like he might do that. But it turns Sinister Six on like that because if you think about it, we never really got no end game in terms of the Sam Raimi or the Sony Amazing Spider-Man version. We never got to see no ending of that. And like with this Spider-Man 3, you can see an ending with
series just trash.
Bruh,
second one we didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, because they had so much opportunity to make that Amazing Spider-Man so good, bro. I feel like they cast it wrong and they got Green Goblin so wrong, bro. They did Green Goblin so bad in that Amazing Spider-Man, bro. Because they was trying to do that mix of Hobgoblin and the mix of like the human version of Goblin, bro. It did not work, bro. They were trying to mix both, bro. And it did not work, bro.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The Amazing Spider-Man series, I actually enjoyed it. I actually felt like that was better than the original trilogy. That they came out and I'm like, okay, we got. I actually felt that because I felt like not Tobey Maguire, but I felt like Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker and Spider-Man was more closer to what Spider-Man was not the Peter Parker one. When it came to Peter Parker, I felt like the original Spider-Man actually got that on point. Nerd didn't really fit in with others. That was cool.
Yeah.
Right,
With
right.
the Amazing Spider-Man series, it was like, okay, he wasn't a jock, but he was also like, okay, he's a skateboarder. He was a nerd, but not that much of a nerd. So we didn't get that much of it. But as far as being the best Spider-Man,
Yeah.
I think they hit it on the nail with that. But then when we got the Tom Holland Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, now you merged it together. Now you got it to where it's here now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have the sarcastic Spider-Man, you have that funny Spider-Man. Then you also have this nerd Peter Parker,
Yeah.
who only has realistically two friends. One of them being MJ, who's not Mary Jane.
Right. Exactly.
Technically, right.
Okay, I think it's like three because he's got Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this could potentially work out. So, but because this version of Spider-Man is still in high school, that's why I'm like, okay, he can't be killed off yet because he's still in high school.
Yeah.
He can't be killed off yet because I felt like we didn't get to fully see his potential yet, because at the end of the day, we didn't get to see him work for the Daily Bugle. We didn't get to see what it would be like for him to actually, I guess, fully be dating somebody, like, to put their lives at risk. I mean, we kind of did in Far From Home, but not really.
Yeah.
And then we don't, we don't get to fully see that. We don't get to see Spider-Man be Spider-Man without help and not grown up. We don't really get to see that.
Right. But the reason I feel like they might kill him off because people don't know, it's some stories where Spider-Man do die young as a teenager, but in this, because we already know that these two other Spider-Man are already grown already. They already had their experiences already. In terms of this one, the only reason I would say no, because he already dealt with a lot of death already. But I mean, Spider-Man Jr. already deal with death in general. Like, he deals with a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He grieving over a lot of things that's going in general. But I feel like the reason why I feel like he might, that Tom Holland one, because I already know for a fact them other ones going to end up dying. I don't know how, but it's like, I feel like that would be a good way to end a story, because it's like, we already seen most of their depth in terms of their character already. But in terms of Tom Holland Spider-Man, once we finally see him grow into the Peter Parker that we know, I think that's when they're going to kill him off, bro. Like, when he finally figures out how to figure out his responsibility as a man, as a Spider-Man, bro, that's when he's going to die, bro. I feel like that's how they're going to do it, bro. Because when he comes to grips with that, that's when he really feel like he had to make that responsibility to make that sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's when it will lead up to, like, it has to be something big. Like I said, Secret Wars, it has to be like one of them Avengers movies where he has to make that sacrifice, bro. And then that's when you can bring Miles Morales in, because he sees that sacrifice that Peter Parker took. That's what's going to make him take the mantle. I'm like, that's really how the Miles Morales story goes, like how he takes the mantle after Peter Parker dies. You know what I'm saying? And he's technically in this MCU timeline. He's in the MCU time, not the Sam Raimi or like that. He's already, because the Prowler's already in the second Spider-Man movie.
Because of the Prowler.
Yeah, the Prowler. That in the store, if you played the game, there's a store that he goes to in the game. It's actually in the MCU. Well, technically, the game, the store that's in the game, they got it from the movies. It's the same store. Like, it's a famous store that Miles and Peter still love going to go buy their stuff. So I know that plays some type of connection to that too.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I get what you're saying though too. I think that would be the best way to actually kill off Spider-Man, is to have it be in an Avengers type movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has to make that sacrifice.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I wouldn't mind if they did it after Fantastic Four and they introduced Galactus in Fantastic Four, and they needed Spider-Man's help, and that's how he gets sacrificed. But it has to be like an Avengers level movie. Not necessarily Fantastic Four movie, but it has to be Avengers level.
But you know what's crazy though? You know who's directing the Fantastic Four movie though? The same person that's directed Spider-Man. So you know for a fact that even if people know Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, he was actually they was actually teaming up, where he actually wore a suit. He couldn't wear the mask, so he ended up wearing like a trash bag over it. Like, he was wearing like his own version of the Fantastic Four suit. So like, they'll probably might do something like that where they have some type of connection.
I remember that old Spider-Man game on PlayStation 1. I remember that.
Yup. When he had the Fantastic with the bag over his head. Yup. Because I bet it was like a mission they was supposed to go on, but he had to wear. He wanted to look like one of the Fantastic Four, so he wore the suit. But he couldn't wear his mask because he didn't want people to make it confused between Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. So he just found the bag and he just put the bag over his head to hide his face. So I was like, I wonder because it just seemed like if they get the Fantastic Four and the X-Men right, bruh, I got complete faith in Kevin Feige. Like, bro, I wouldn't even doubt him ever again if he get them 2 movies right, bruh. Because we've seen so many messed up like movies with Fantastic Four, and some X-Men movies was good, some was bad. But it's like, bruh, if Kevin Feige, the same person that he was actually part of the first X-Men movie, what people don't know of, he was actually the producer for the first X-Men movie that came out. So I know he gonna try to figure out a way to bring them correctly up in there. But, bro, he gonna have to get that right, bro. Because if he don't, bro, because we're not gonna act like he definitely messed up. It's some things in MCU where he gotta get correct. As much as I love it, it's some things where I have to question it. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sorry. You're probably seeing in my head. I was praying to God, saying, "Please help Kevin Feige bring Fantastic Four and X-Men into the MCU correctly." I had
For
to
real.
do it because I'm telling you. Have you guys read X-Men versus Avengers comic?
Yeah, I read some of it, yeah, bro. It's crazy.
I barely got halfway through it. One of the best comics.
Yeah.
They said it is one of the best. Yeah.
A lot of what I've read, like they got it upstairs right now, and I got to go and read it again because I'm like, this, like, they have to do this. That's why I'm so mad that they didn't introduce it already. Because in a sense, they could have done this as a crossover. They could have done it to where it's like it's Marvel and Fox coming together to do this movie. They could have done it.
Yeah.
It's a great crossover. It would be such a great crossover. But think about it. I mean, if Hulk is in Paramount, but he's still MCU, they could have did it with Fox. Now they can, but it's like you guys got to now introduce the X-Men.
Yeah.
You now also have to figure out how you're going to do this without Iron Man and Captain America.
Yep.
So it's like, when is this going to happen? So we're going to have to figure out something because, oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. What's good, little cuz?
What up, cuz? Caddy.
Oh, you got to unplug the switch from the back and put in the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bottom HDMI. Hey, close the door.
Yeah, bro. That's
Switch
gonna be.
the switch.
Hey,
The
look.
switch from the PS5.
Yeah, bro. I'm waiting for that. I said, look, if they get these 3 movies right, I would never doubt Kevin Feige. They need to get Spider-Man 3 right, just the fact of Spider-Man in general, bro. Because we have not seen a finale of Spider-Man getting right for the last. It's been almost 20 years now, bro. We have not seen no great ending of Spider-Man yet, bro. They could have possibly made it. You said what happened?
It's been 20 years since the first Spider-Man?
No,
Yeah.
it's about to be 20 years. It's about to be 20 years.
Yeah.
It's about to be 20
Yeah,
years. Because it came out 2002, if I'm mistaken, like between April, I believe, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
No way.
But I remember when I first came out, bro, it was like one of the biggest things I ever seen in a movie theater, bro. It was Spider-Man, X-Men, and I was like, bro, if I could see that all over again 20 years later, bro, but in terms of MCU, bro, I'm good, bro. That's all I want, bro. I'm good. Because we already got everybody else, all original vendors, they need to, I ain't gonna lie, they do need to get the Hulk right, bro, because they did my boy cold in Infinity War, bro.
I mean, the fact that they're about to get it like this, it's about to be 20 years since the first one. Do you realize what character we have not yet seen that's Spider-Man related?
I'm thinking of one. There's a couple. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of them that has been introduced yet. If we talking about,
Do you know what character would actually be lovely to see with Spider-Man?
who are you talking
With
about?
Black Cat, I know.
Oh yeah, I was just about to. I was just thinking her too. Yeah.
I was saying it before because it was like Spider-Man to Marvel is Batman to DC.
Yep.
Catwoman to Batman is Black Cat to
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And then,
I'm like, we could easily just see that, and I'd be happy with that. They could turn MJ into Black Cat. I would not care.
but I mean,
That'd be
yeah, to be
dope.
honest, that's actually surprising, to be honest, bro. Like, she's been in, she's been in every Spider-Man game, but has never made it on the screen.
Right?
I think they ain't
I
trying
don't
to
know
push that
why.
love interest. I think that's probably one of the main reasons why, because obviously they have a love interest and it's like they so focused on him and MJ and all like that. I feel like that probably would take away from all of that. I think that's probably the real reason why, just based off the love interest spectrum of it.
Yeah.
But other than that, she would be great to bring in the MCU because I'm like, she's part of a lot of things. She's part of Civil War. She's part of a lot of things, bro. Like that character, bro. She's connected to a lot of things in Marvel. It ain't just Spider-Man in general, bro. She's connected to all that. So I'm like, she will be good. It's a lot of, bro. It's a lot of Spider-Man characters they didn't introduce. That would be great, bro. Like a lot of them, bro.
I see this. I watched a little bit of that Shang-Chi trailer.
Yeah.
And that's pretty tight. I like how they got Abomination look so accurate. Like he looks. Rabbit.
But where are they? Like, why is Wong there, and why is Abomination there?
Right, and they're fighting like in a cage with chains, like
they're fighting in a cage as if this was Detective Pikachu movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm thinking they fight the same place they was fighting on ass, where that same place Thor was fighting the Hulk at. I thought it was almost that.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I wondered that. Why every time when the Hulks fight, it always gotta look like that, like a ring, like surrounded by people, like it's like the Spartans about to fight or something like that.
I have no idea, bro. And it's weird because why would Abomination? First off, why would Wong be there? Second, why would Abomination? Because Abomination can't nobody control Abomination. Why would he be in a ring fighting, entertaining human beings? Like he ain't about that.
I don't know. It's strange. My thing is, how y'all gonna do all this with Abomination, but y'all need to get my boy Hulk right, bruh. Like,
I know.
That I respect what they did in Endgame with the Professor Hulk, because I didn't even think I was gonna like that, but I actually did. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But in terms of the Hulk in general, bruh, they gotta make sure he redeem himself, because there's no way you can bring Jennifer Walters but not finish Bruce Banner, bro. That makes no sense at all, bruh. You mean to tell me y'all gonna build up Jennifer Walters' arc but not finish Bruce Banner, the Lily the Goat Hulk, bruh? Come on, dude. Y'all need to get that together, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand he ain't gonna win against everybody. I could take a loss to Thanos, bro. That's fine. He destroyed half the universe. I could take that L. But he has to redeem himself some type of way, bro. Like, he has to come back. I don't want to say he got to come back as that Avengers 1 Hulk, but he has to redeem himself some type of way, bro. Because it ain't no way he just snap his fingers and that's it, bro. That's not, bro. I feel like, I don't know, it could be a way, because we are seeing a multiple universe. We could possibly see another version of Hulk again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I'm
Say that again, cuz?
I was just saying, I'm kind of 50-50 on how they did Hulk and Professor Hulk. Like, I'm kind of 50-50 on how they did that. That was a little
Because brain-wise, as a professor, it was smart. Because if you think about it, even in the comics, bro, Tony and Bruce Banner was always like this when it came to, like, how to figure out everything. That's why I love how they connection was, because they are, like, the brains of the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I love how they didn't just leave out Bruce Banner in terms of helping them how to bring everybody back. I love how they use Professor Hulk for that, because, ain't no point of being no Professor Hulk if you can't figure out things, you know what I'm saying? So I like how they did that. So, but in terms of how he redeemed himself as a Hulk, bruh, he got his ass whooped by Thanos. And then even in the trailer, in the Avengers, remember in the Infinity War trailer, you seen the Hulk running with the Avengers. But when you watch the movie, he was in the Hulk Buster. So I'm like, bro, y'all played us, bro. Like, y'all try to make it seem like he was going to fight in Wakanda, bro. Like, y'all need to fix that, bro. Because there's no way my nigga can't end off his story like that, bro. That is not cool, bro.
With his arm in the sling.
If we get Red Hulk, though, I'll be so happy, just from the standpoint of I'm tired of seeing General Ross. And he
right. And he's not turning to nobody, right. Man.
I'm going to have to get him in a little bit, though. It's getting late.
Oh, for sure. It's all good. Yep, it's all good, man. For surely, bro. We're going to definitely chop it up more about this, bro. Because I know we still got a lot more to talk about, bro. So, most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Loki, so we should get another episode.
Y'all about to say, next Wednesday, yep. I already know we're going to have a bunch of theories then, bro. For surely, man. Right. I'm about to say, my computer about to go there anyway, bro. For sure. We can wrap this on up, bro. But for sure, man, good talking to y'all, bro. Love y'all, man. I'm going to definitely let y'all know when we get this all posted, and then hopefully we can try to get this more in next week, bro, because I already know they about to have something that's going to shock us again, bro.
What we'll do for next week is then we should probably just stick to just talking about Loki, and then if we're going to talk about all of MCU, we can kind of, like, in a sense, You can probably just do the editing and cut it from there, and then do like a whole different video about us talking MCU.
MCU for sure.
Yeah. I just always try to do because I realized in this video we was talking about like a mix of everything, so I try to edit it out and just try to name it for each video. I'll try to do it next time.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. All right, man. Love y'all, bro. For sure, bro. Love y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all soon, bro. For sure.
Yeah,
all right, man.
All right. Peace.